You guys, I gotta tell you, I got one more thing to go. One more thing to tell you before I go. It's a story. I just started telling it. It's not even really a joke, but it makes me laugh, and I hope it does you too. Has anybody ever had a job that was so bad that when you got home and turned on the news and there was a story of like a workplace shooting, instead of being appalled by it, you'd be more like, I think that might be my way out of this. I worked at a radio station in Bangor, WZON. I was a board op. I did Red Sox games, and that meant whenever the Red Sox were on, I was there. When they go out west, the games start at 10. They'll last until 1:30 or 2. Everybody's gone, okay? I hated this job. I hated my boss. I hated all my coworkers. I hated the job itself, and I began to hate myself for doing it only because I needed the paycheck. Well, we've all been there, right? Got to get that check. Got to get it to pay the bills. And I kept that job. And I kept it to the extent that it started making me physically ill to go there. I get nauseous a little bit. And then more and more I went, I get more physically sick to the point that I would vomit a couple times on the way to work. Awesome. And a great intro to a joke. Okay? I was working there one night when the Red Sox were out west playing the Angels. The place is empty except for me. I'm fucking starving. It's like 1:30 in the morning. I went into the little kitchenette that they share in the office, and in the fridge, there was a bag of McDonald's. Just sitting in the front. Didn't have anybody's name on it. I took it and ate the shit out of it. Ate it all. Ate it all. Without remorse at all, okay? Couldn't give a fuck. Couldn't give a fuck. Threw the wrappers away, didn't give a shit. I came in the next morning, wildfire, okay? Somebody had made a Microsoft Office-like poster to put on the refrigerator that was like neon yellow, and it was like, if you didn't put the lunch into the refrigerator, please don't take out and eat the lunch from the refrigerator. It's making the employees sad and somewhat upset. Huh. At that moment, I realized there are moments in your life where you could be good or you could be great. And I chose fucking greatness. Okay? From that moment on, I became lunch-eating Batman at the radio station. Okay? Where anytime no one was around, I would sneak out of the office that I was in, and I would shuffle my way into the kitchenette, I would pull up whatever was in the front, stuff it in my fucking hole, and run away. Drove them fucking insane. 2 days, 3 days deep in that, people are losing their minds. It's all they can talk about at the water cooler. All they can talk about when they're not doing their job. Somebody ate Mark's lunch. I don't know who it was, but that's at least the third lunch this week. I don't know what's happening. Somebody's going around taking the lunch. Dang, right? People losing their shit. I'm like a week and a half deep into this thing. I have to start coming up with a way to, like, you know, like you watch a serial killer show like Dexter or something, and a serial killer like chokes out the first guy, and then he chokes out the second guy. But when he chokes out the third guy, it doesn't get him off as much. So when he chokes out the fourth guy, he plays with his tit a little bit. You know what I mean? just to give him that little extra buzz, you know? So, like the serial killer, I wasn't getting the same buzz off just eating different lunches. So instead of just eating their lunches, I started doing like artsy things to them where, okay, you know those like Rubbermaid triangles that are made to house one piece of pizza? The stupid fucker that I work with brought this perfect like Bill's piece of pizza. It fit perfectly in that little triangle, and he left it dead front and center. I waited until no one was around, but instead of just eating it, I just took a bite. Just a bite. It wasn't any bite. It wasn't any bite. I fucking like tipped my head and angled the pizza so that I had that perfect like seashell cutout bite. So there would be no mistaking what it was. No mistaking what it was. I was leaving my mark like a burglar, right? They find that lost his fucking mind. Lost his mind. My boss one day, maybe like 9-10 days into it, my boss made the poor decision of bringing a single Hot Pocket for his lunch. One Hot Pocket. You know what I did? I waited until no one was around, and I bit the smallest piece off the corner and fucking sucked out all the insides. Just sucked it out, like I'm siphoning gas. You don't want to get that shit in your mouth. It's fucking disgusting. It's disgusting. Right? But the idea of that douchebag making his lunch and then having wads of hot bread in his mouth, bite after bite, made me glow inside. I was letting my true colors shine. That felt great. I'm telling you, man, 8 to 5 every day. 8 to 5, okay? The only time of day that I didn't feel like my skin was crawling was between 12:01 and like 12:04, when everybody got their lunches and went back to their cubicles to eat, and there would be that silence of people unwrapping their things and starting to take bites, and somewhere from off in the distance you hear somebody go, "Fuck, you got me! Fuck it all! Got me!" I live for those moments. Live for them. But listen. You get to a point where you're just painted into a corner. You know what I mean? How far could that go? Eventually you're going to get caught. Until I get this one idea, okay? Everybody has a guy that they work with that their only function there is to kiss the boss's ass and to rat out other coworkers to make himself look better. The cocksucker that I worked with that was like that was this prick named Todd, okay? Todd announced to everybody within my earshot on a Friday afternoon that he was going on vacation. You know what I did? Stopped eating the lunches. Just fucking stop. Just fucking stop. The people I work with are dumb. They're super dumb. Monday, nobody says anything. Tuesday, nobody says anything. Wednesday, somebody's at the water cooler going like, "Nobody's stolen a lunch in a while." And I just walk up from the perimeter just with an earshot, and I'm like, Todd hasn't been to work since Friday. And walk away. You see him getting ready to lynch Todd. I got somebody else's lunch already in my fucking mouth. Already. Ha! See you, Todd. So, I guess what I'm saying is, if you're thinking about bringing a gun to work, don't do it. You can only do that once. Eat their lunches. That shit is slow. My name's Ryan Waning. Thanks a lot.